And we are going to start, as always, with Aries. What is going on with you for the week, Aries? The first thing I'm getting with you is a closed throat chakra. Now, when I get that, it means one of two things. It can mean that you have not figured out exactly how to speak your truth in a situation. You're having some type of trouble relaying to someone else whatever it is that you're feeling, that you're thinking, and how you're being affected by a situation. Now, the other thing that can mean is that you did say it, you did figure it out, and it was not properly received. The thing is, I almost feel like half of you, I feel as though it was not properly received. For some of you, I feel like you're still processing it. You're still trying to figure out how exactly to say it. The bottom line is this: if you speak your truth, and you must in this situation, if you speak your truth and it wasn't received, you can't just keep going about your business as though it doesn't matter. Oh, well, I did everything I can. No, you're going to have to revamp. You're going to have to come at the communication from another angle, or you're going to have to set proper boundaries to make sure that you're not being negatively affected. I feel as though in this particular situation, you're somehow being dismissed. It's almost as though what I'm hearing from your guides is that you're being taken advantage of, whether that's literal or you just feel that way. It does need to be examined. I want to say that you have prosperity opportunities coming up for you next Thursday, and on Friday, I feel like go out, have fun, eat the cookie, buy the shoes, pamper yourself, enjoy life. Taurus, what's going on with you for the week? Taurus, I have you digging, and it almost looks to me like sand or dirt. I have you digging around, trying to find what would appear to be a treasure that only what your guides are saying to me and your deceased loved ones are saying is that it's a treasure that only you would understand. So it's like your treasure. For others, this would almost seem to be something that's easily dismissed, something that's easily looked over. The people around you, your family, your friends, for many of you, even your lovers, they may not understand how important this treasure is to you and how it's a part of your personality and character. It's a part of your goals and your dreams, and has been there for quite some time in your life. I want to say it to you this way. You have a lot of maternal energies supporting you in this transition, and what they're talking about, these grandmothers, these mothers, these aunties, what they're talking about with you is that no one else has to understand what it is that you're passionate about or what it is that you want. It's almost like a fly or freak flag type of a growth spurt that you're going to be going through. And if you have an opportunity to do something that is significant in your life, if you have zero support or people are just like, what a waste of time, go for it, okay? It's all about you this week and incorporating that into your everyday lifestyle from here on out. I think it's very exciting. I want to say that on Friday, we do have a little bit of a power struggle going on with you, where someone who you either share resources with or is in a position of authority over you, like your parents, okay, whatever, a spouse, you might be sharing resources with, there could be a tug of war going on. And I want to say you might just want to let go of the rope and let them fall and then go find another way to get what you want, okay? But you may need to set some boundaries there going forward. Gemini, what's going on with you for the week? Gemini, sun, moon, rising. I have fire in the belly. I have a lot of gutsy decisions, gutsy moves. I want to say gutsy verbalizations to people in positions of authority, people in positions of power. For some of you, it's even going to be groups. I have you really stepping out and saying, this is what I do, this is what I'm here to handle, this is how it's going to go from here. And people being in a state of mind where they hear you, they see you, they feel you coming, and they are inclined to just say, here, take it, it's yours. You're clearly the one for the job. And this seems to spill over or turn over, flip over if you do it. Now, this is always free will. This isn't going to fall in your lap. This is obviously some work and some effort on your behalf. If you do it, it turns over into what would appear to be a long-term prosperity where you might be looking at some regular income or regular networking, regular opportunities from it. Thursday is a big day for you to be watching for all this and receiving a call, an email, a text, where you're hearing about a new opportunity. A lot going on with love, Geminis, possibly a proposal, a new relationship, meeting of a soulmate, and for quite a handful of you, letting go of something that hasn't been working for a long time. Cancer, what's going on with you? I have you going inward. I have you wanting to hide in your shell. So for some of you, there's a 3-day period, and I am feeling like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I feel that you may sense the world around you as being chaotic, somewhat, I want to say toxic, and you might be reading others around you in situations as being something you need to defend and protect yourself from. If you need to do that, I do feel like it's fine, but I also feel that it's a little bit unwarranted. It's something you're picking up on intuitively, but you still have to work. And you still have to communicate with all these people and in all these situations. So I really have you being in your shell, in your bed, hiding in your house, and still having to be online and still talking and, you know, doing these meetings and interactions. My feeling with this is that on the second day, closer to the evening, you may want to head out and be like, you know what, I think I'm going to try some new techniques in self-protection, but while engaging simultaneously, you might want to pull out a new trick from the bag, all right? And learn how to do this, because it could lead to some very interesting avenues, encounters, and some networking that can feed your long-term interests. There's a lot of male energy influence going on with you this entire week, Cancers, and that's going to mean some type of masculine or dominant energy, possibly giving you what you want. Leos, what's happening with you? Talking. So much talking coming out of you, so much talking going on, and the people around you mostly just being like, okay, just listening and absorbing it. That you seem to not be listening. This is an important week for you to be receptive. Every day is an important day to be receptive. People who talk way too much tend to just right over, okay, or in one ear out the other. They're not processing enough. It's important to be quiet this week for you. Not the entire week, but I would say Monday evening, Tuesday, I would also say Thursday, going into Friday. Here's the thing. On Wednesday especially, there's a lot brewing in relationships, business partnerships, networking opportunities. For many of you with your children, and for quite a few of you with your spouse or your lover. If you're not listening, it could become a bit of a confrontational issue where people are either feeling dismissed or they had just wished that you had been there for them. I do feel you looking into your past come the end of the week, which is going to be Thursday and Friday. Come the end of the week, I have you looking into your past and saying, what is it that I was working on that I had to leave behind that was important to me, but I wasn't able to finish, and do I want to resurrect it and bring it back? And I feel the universe supporting you in that over the course of the next 2 months. Virgo, what's going on for you? 1, 2, 3 days in a row, plugging away, nose to the grind, and then the 4th day, prosperity hits. 2 of them. The first one being, and I do feel like I'm talking Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, prosperity hits. So I want to say the first one being more of a situation that comes to you that you had been waiting on. I see a box opening. I want to say that this is, I heard Pandora's box, but what I was feeling was that this was some type of a gift. And It seems to have a lot of opportunities in it that you've been wanting to toy with. Those of you in business ownership, you may have been wanting to create an expansion and you just didn't know if it was really going to work with the business or if you should be investing in that. It feels that this type of an idea will be coming to you guys, and on the second hit of that day, it's more communicative, networking, others, and you're taking charge over a situation, finding yourself in a position to be in even more leadership. Yeah. For those of you self-employed, it feels like even more so of that going forward. And you're getting, I'm hearing large scope on what's going to be happening, what the wisest moves would be over the next approximately 6 months from some of these events this week. So it seems like it's a big week for a lot of people. Let's see what's going on. Libra, sun, moon, rising, Libra. I'm hearing shh, shh, shh. I have grandparents, ancestors, grandmoms coming up behind you. I'm hearing a lot of like papas or pops. These grandparent energies and ancestors coming up from behind you, talking about your receiving side. The left side is always the receiving, the right side is the power out. Now, when they come up behind you here on the left side, my sense is that they want to help you to hear them more clearly, and that might require that you're paying attention to your dreams, to a ringing in your ears. Pay attention to the thoughts that are being put in your head. Directly after that, heart palpitations, profusive bouts of sweating. That's how spirits come through, charming as it is. And you're going to have to pay attention to what the messages are. You're going to have to stop yourself to receive them. What they're trying to do with you Libras is to get you on path, because for a while you may have found yourself sidetracked, detouring with other work, with details, with stuff that had to be done. And a lot of it feels like micro stressors and things that you would consider to be insignificant, but things still have to be dealt with. Even if it doesn't look like this is the big picture, this is ultimately what I want to be doing. Well, now it is time to be working on what you ultimately want to be doing. So they're shifting you back on path in case there are some areas that get sidetracked on with smaller details in your life. Now, relationship also comes up in this topic. So for those of you who have not been caring properly for your relationships, these will be coming to the surface. For many of you, I see multiple exes resurrecting, that late night call, possibly even up to 3 different exes. Just be mindful of your ethical code and morality, especially if you're with somebody else. Careful taking those phone calls, because it's going to be a real time suck, and it's really going to pull you in. All right, some of these are soulmates, not meaning you're supposed to be with them, but soulmates nonetheless. Scorpio, what do we have going on with you? All right, 2 days of cleansing, but a lot of fire. I see cleansing with fire going on with you, and I'm feeling like Thursday and Friday of next week. What that can mean is that Monday and Tuesday have been bringing in, or will be bringing in for you, a lot of, I heard skepticism, but I'm also feeling more analytical. And, okay, here's a good way to say this. Instead of being skeptical or walled off, try to just be analytical and a little bit more open. What seems to be happening is that you're looking for a piece of evidence. You're looking for some kind of assurance about something that was offered to you or something that someone is saying to you. For some of you, I feel like I'm talking about work and money. For some of you, I feel like I'm talking about an investment opportunity. And for others, I really feel like I'm talking more about a lover. If you have been looking at someone and wondering if everything they're showing you should be taken at face value, there's a lot of questions going on there. So I feel you approaching the end of the week and having this cleansing process. And I feel a rainbow coming out at the end, which is rainbow after the storm, pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, hopes and dreams coming true. It is also a bridge from an old way of life to a new way of life. Sagittarius, what's happening with you? Have you on a bicycle? Have you on a bicycle going forward? which is somewhat of a power position, meaning you're in control, you're in charge. It's not a car, so it's not a tremendous amount of power, but a bicycle still represents you being in charge. It all of a sudden, though, went backward, and that makes me feel like now we have some other things that we need to look at. You may find yourself moving very quickly ahead with a work situation. And for some of you, it feels to me like a real estate deal, purchasing of possibly a vehicle. And for some of you, it almost feels like an estate or some kind of legal proceedings. For others, it may also be custody case with your children. Now, when this is happening, it could look as though like it's going smooth, and all of a sudden it halts, or there's something missing, or you didn't file the paperwork properly, or you had a bunk lawyer and it just ended up getting tied up in some red tape because of the other side getting a foothold. Whatever it is, you may find a situation, especially Tuesday and then again on Thursday afternoon, where you have to go back and fill in those gaps. Try not to get frustrated, just breathe and take it one step at a time. You're not God and you don't control time. Okay, so all you could do is what you could do. The rest you have to let go of. What did I just say? Was that Sagittarius? No, I'm on Sagittarius now. Right? You don't know? Okay. I don't know why I mark them and I'm not actually like on them. I'm just, I need to doodle over here.
It's because you're a psychic. You're ahead of it, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I know what's coming next. Okay, so Sagittarius, what is going on with you? I want to say that I have a lot of growth. There's a lot of talk of development from something that already occurred. So there's talk of your past, in particular the past 3 weeks to 3 months. So things that happened over the course of the last 3 to 4 weeks, things that happened over the course of the last 3 to 4 months. These would have been situations primarily dealing with communication, you in communication with others. And now we're looking at the growth and development that can come from what you learned from the things that occurred during that time. So it's a bit of a completion of a cycle happening here with you. And what I feel at the end of it is almost like a deep breath, relief, a letting go, a sense of accomplishment. And for those of you who feel like the outcome isn't exactly what you had hoped, there can still be a sense of relief and an opportunity to move on to the next chapter. I do feel really good about that. I also feel a lot of, I want to say light from the universe, light from God, the wisdom of the universe, including healing light shining on you Thursday evening and all day Friday. And what seems to be happening for most of you is that this healing energy comes through others. So when we say that humans are the mouthpiece for God, we talk about earth angels gifting us something, this is all coming from a higher source and being delivered to us. So be mindful of that. Capricorn, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, also afternoon. Okay, so Monday afternoon, somebody's coming to you, somebody's telling you, this is how it is, this is what you should do, this is what you need to know. Some of it might be gossip, some of it might be hearsay, some of it might be accurate, but I don't care if it's accurate in someone else's mindset. Is it accurate and appropriate for you? That is the question. So what seems to be happening here is that someone who is a dominant energy is coming to you and giving you the facts, giving you the rundown. And you may need to be a little bit more analytical with this person's information and data and say, how does this really apply to me? Do I want to take it? Do I want to incorporate it into my next few moves? Or am I just going to leave it behind? I feel like this is an important time for you to check your loyalty and to make sure that you're not feeding any kind of negativity, and that you're being grateful for, I want to say, what you've been given, okay, and be honorable with all of that. I have someone needing you on Thursday afternoon going into the evening. For some of you, this is going to hit on Friday. For some, I feel like this is a dominant energy, possibly a masculine energy. For some, it feels to me like somebody just more immature, okay, so possibly a child. That's Esmeralda, my cat, begging to go outside, which is inevitable. Okay, just not right now. Okay, so we have Aquarius. What is going on with you? I have a lot of busyness happening for approximately a 4-day period of time, and then a smooth wave of transition going on. So you might find yourself working really, really hard and feeling that you're plugging away and you're not getting all of the results that you want. Finally, on the 4th day in, I feel that you are getting some of the results that you want, and you're learning a lot during this time period. You're supposed to be learning a lot during this time period. What are the lessons here? It's about letting go. It's about understanding that you don't control time. You can only control what is your responsibility to be handling. That involves your communication with others, your desire to have other people do something in a different way than what they have been. Even your work. Don't take on more than what is yours. I have a lot of grandmothers here behind you saying, don't bite off more than you can chew. So you need to get into perspective. What is yours? What is others? And a clear sense of boundaries. For quite a few of you, I have a cleansing period coming after this on the 5th, the 6th, the 7th day. And there's a lot of talk of Reiki. Reiki is an intelligent energy healing where the energy goes into you and it knows what to heal. Past life, current life issues, mental, emotional, physical. I would highly recommend this, or go to some salt caves, get out into nature. You guys are going to need to work on this a little bit. Someone will be coming to you from either your childhood resurrecting, or this is some type of a friendship also, okay, or possibly coming to you that would make you feel younger, more playful. And I feel like if this is someone you don't know, there could be soulmate connection there, and it's important that you play with this character. There's more there than meets the eye. For those of you who find this to be a new lover, this could be significant, like the one kind of significant. Huge, really. Okay, Pisces, what's going on with you? Pisces, I have you burying a lot of stuff, and not in the best way. I have you burying things that you don't want to deal with. You're reaching into the earth to bury it from your past, which means that you have some past issues resurrecting. Some of these have to do with communication. Some of these have to do with unfinished business, meaning your school, your education, your training, your work. Understanding that you were supposed to switch careers at some point and you didn't. Some of these also feel like they're connected in an ancestral way. And what I mean by that is that you can have many generations of woundedness in your bloodline that require healing. And while it sounds unfair that that would be burdening you, that's the deal. So you may need to look into your past. You're not going to have to look far because it's like a punch in the face. It's just coming to the surface. What I'm telling you to do is not avoid it, okay? So process this stuff, and if you need a therapist, if you need to talk to somebody, if you need a reading, if you need to even go inward and explore it with your guides and your ancestors and your higher mind, God, then this is what you need to do. But come the end of the week, I want to say that's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Come the end of the week, this is going to be important that you've learned something from it and that you're able to apply it. If you can't come to the table with some of the offers that are going to come to you at that time with a clean energy, it's going to read as such, okay? And someone might find you a little blocked, okay? So make sure you cleanse. All right, looks good, everybody. Looks like we have a lot going on, a lot of new lovers coming in, quite a few opportunities, a lot of cleansing, and I want to say that this feels in general to me like a big growth week and a lot of nose to the grind type of energy. So keep it up, everybody, okay? just plug away. Now, we have another Ask a Medium live show coming up June 13th at 9 p.m. These horoscopes are going up on YouTube, and I hope to get your extended weekly horoscopes up this week as well. Okay, for those of you tuning in through Facebook and Instagram, keep posting. We're going to move on to